Welcome back here at Waynesburg University as the Yellow Jackets hold a 1-0 lead over the Grove City Wolverines here in today's all-important weekend doubleheader senior day. As now Cassie Trimble steps up to the plate on her 1-0 count. And today's been an awesome day of festivities so far. More importantly, Waynesburg coming away with a really impressive work right now on Abigail Metters as they've fared well with her as the now count goes even at 1 apiece on Trimble. So for Trimble right now coming into today, she's 1 for 2, had a pretty impressive work so far. Got a single back in the second inning, however, flew out her last time in the third. As now Trimble's going to lace this one. It's going to be glanced by Metters. Metters doesn't have really a hustle to it, and Trimble's going to outwork her to first base. Should be ruled as a single. We'll wait to see the official score there, and it will be changed to an error. They'll deem that as a play that could have been made by Metters. So an E1 gets Cassidy Trimble onto first base. Her second time being on the base pads, and now Morgan Walt faced with the task of trying to help advance Trimble. The bunt goes high, and this one just too much on it as it skied almost immediately backwards into the glove behind on Tesh. So Tesh makes the catch, and on 2 pitches, we have 1 out and 1 runner on, and now it's Bella DeMark coming up to the plate to try to work for the Yellow Jackets.
That's the hard part when you go about bunting, because you have to put more force on what the speed of the ball actually is coming in for it to go forward. Can't get enough on it, and it just pops right back up.
So DeMark takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 count on her. DeMark 1 for 2 today. She had a single back in the bottom of the second, and the bottom of the fourth she flew out over to Stouffer. Metters dials up her next pitch. Here with DeMark, another skied one foul. This one's going to be converged in by 3 Wolverines, but again, just gets down too quickly for anyone to make a play on the ball. Metters gets through today's inning. She will have what could be a potential complete game to her task, but Waynesburg's defense would have to get 3 outs and not allow any runs in the process, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves in that aspect as DeMark has an 0-2 count on her with 1 out. Cassidy Trimble stands on first base. DeMark takes next pitch high near her head. This one's going to go make the count 1-2. DeMark this year, 9 RBIs to her name. Coming into today's contest, batting .244. DeMark's been on the team all 4 years. As now she's found her way into the consistent starting role. This one low off the left side of the zone. Counts down at 2-2. And now the screaming and cheering has raised itself from each dugout, and Waynesburg's never been one to shy away from being supportive of their team. They love the cheers. They love the chants. They love to get themselves into games and really keep their positive vibes, as they call it, into motion. Now Metters deals to a 2-2 count to DeMark, and count will be worked full to 3-2. So DeMark works an 0-2 count to 3-2. Waynesburg's done that a few times with Metters today. Is now with Trimble on first and 1 out there. DeMark stands to the plate with a 1-0 lead for the Yellow Jackets. Metters' next pitch. Laced out. It's going to go sky over the head of McBride. Trimble around second, sending her way into third. DeMark right behind her. As now Trimble rounds third. She'll step home, and there's a triple for Bella DeMark on senior day. Waynesburg leads 2-0. That ball skied over McBride's head to the corner of the wall, and Waynesburg goes to work.
Well, first thing McBride does is take a couple steps forward, and when you're an outfielder, you want to take a couple steps back before coming in. Well, McBride does the exact opposite and realizes way too late that that's going to go over her head. It goes the whole way to the wall, and Waynesburg has the important insurance run and that 2-0 lead.
Waynesburg gets another insurance run in on itself, and now Bella DeMark just stands 1 base away from home plate with Maddie Cicero coming up to bat with only 1 out. So if Cicero is able to get this one out and away, there's a potential that Bella DeMark could make her way home from third base. Waynesburg 3-1 in conference play so far this year. For themselves, that finds them best as 4th. They sit behind Westminster and Hiram, who are tied as of right now for second, with each being 4-0 in the conference. Cicero takes her first pitch in for a ball, high and away, 1-0 count there. See how Waynesburg plays it, because after Cicero, if she doesn't get a double play ball, this could be up for Heitman, as now the run will come home from DeMark. as Cicero will ground out. But more importantly, the run comes home, and Waynesburg finds themselves up 3-0 on Grove City with 2 outs. And now Mesa Heitman comes back up to the plate for her 4th at bat.
Yeah, it's a great play there on third by DeMark. You see that there's no interest in Lancey throwing home the Tesh. You just take it the whole way home. Not even any effort to get DeMark out.
Now the first pitch finds its way in the zone. That's the first time Heitman today has taken her first pitch from Metters. So far on the first pitch today, she's 1 for 3 in that process. But Heitman has shown she can be a threat no matter what pitch she takes a swing at, as this next one finds its way below the zone. Count now finds its way even at 1-1. Waynesburg talked about making sure they play to their potential, what they know they can play at, not playing down to anything less than that. And here in the latter half of these innings, they're finding their way for that to be true, as this one just gets the inside of the zone. So counts now 1-2 on Heitman. Trimble and DeMark have already come home for the Yellow Jackets, with the great work by the RBI triple by Bella DeMark. This next one just goes above the zone. Now count goes back to being even at 2. Heitman, 1 for 3 on the day. She had herself a single back in her last time up in the 5th. Heitman takes this one just below the zone in the knees. Just missing, not by much, so the count now goes full at 3-2. Heitman and Grace Higgins last season, 2 best teams on base paths with 20-plus stolen bases each, as this one's going to be laced over to Stouffer. Stouffer throws on to first to get the final out of the inning, but not before Waynesburg collects another 2 runs to their support off of 2 hits. No errors and no runners left on, as Waynesburg is 3 outs away from collecting a Game 1 victory over Grove City here on the Waynesburg University Sports Network.